friends. My friends!
Hello, folks.
Welcome to another episode of Nuclear Heatwave Wrestling Podcast, brought to you by Mafia Sports Report. I, as always, am Dr. Love. And, well, wait a minute. This is not the brother from another mother, but this is, like I said, Sauce Bronson is actually on a plane flying back here to lovely Michigan. So he didn't have good signal, but it's okay. We got a temporary co-host today, and we got what do you like to go by?
I'll go by my name. I am no sauce.
He's no sauce. All right,
sauce.
we got Travis in the house, so there we go.
Hello, folks. Glad to be in your face via the medium of the internet.
Yep, there we go. So let me tell you, we did a very big weekend of wrestling, and we might not catch every single thing that happened in it, but we definitely going to go over a little bit of some of the good, the bad, the weird. That's wrestling for you. Come on.
Stuff we like, stuff we didn't like. Yeah.
Yes, that's absolutely true. I mean, come on. Look, that's what always happens in wrestling. And that's what we're going to start off with we're going to start off with the WWE's Night of Champions show. And, well, before we even get started, we have D-Town guy in the house with a yeah. As always, if you us, we back. So
most underrated worker in the business today.
Yes, Eli Drake or LA Knight, man.
I like LA Knight, man. It takes me back to Knight Rider.
It does. LA Knight works. At first, I was like, that's the NXT name generator.
Absolutely.
But I think it works now. I'm happy about that.
Like they had a dartboard throwing darts at them.
Oh my gosh, that is the best.
Yeah.
We will have a future episode where we all get new name generator for a name. So
yeah.
Avery. It looks like we got Avery in the house with the former Tomato Fountain champion, Avery.
Yeah, true. Something got plucked from him.
Taken away from him. It's okay. It happens. It happens.
14 time.
Oh yeah. Don't worry. The next show I will become the 13-time champion right here with my manager and advocate right here. There we go. But so as we go ahead, we do have the Night of Champions show that happened over in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. And for just kind of getting thrown together, this was mainly for the world title tournament, which ended up being the opening match of the show.
It did.
It was.
I don't understand the logic of having 3 women's matches on the show. I mean, not saying they were bad matches. It's just culture. There's culture shock there. There's a cultural clash, and it didn't seem like the crowd was into it as much. No,
not really. So, but with the Seth Rollins match, though, they were smart too. Like, I'm not happy they were first, but I'm happy that they were on there because it was a hot match. Yeah. And these guys worked very well together, AJ and Seth. But as we kind of talked about earlier, Seth had already been pretty much guaranteed the world title.
They were like saying, like, "Hey, you know what? This guy, he's gonna win." I mean, that's what I read into it, and also all this stuff circulating online and on the rag sheets, all that stuff about how the new world heavyweight title is going to be a secondary title compared to the titles that Roman Reigns is carrying around. This really kind of backed up that saying in my eyes. If you're having them on first, I didn't care for that. I'm a big proponent, and I know you're a big proponent of the world title should always go on last.
Yep.
It's called the Curse of WrestleMania 12. And if you don't remember, it's Bam Bam Bigelow versus Lawrence Taylor.
Oh, yeah, but that was just a contractual thing with LT, probably. So
it was 12? No, I think it wasn't 12. It was at 10?
10, I think. 10, yeah. So, but still, I get what you're saying. Or even go farther than that with Roman Reigns versus Undertaker. Main event, no title on the line.
No title on the line. Like, hey, Roman, guess what? Here you go. Here's your invisible belt. Where's the ring? No.
Well, what annoys me about all that when you're talking about the main event is that if you're not going to make the Rock Hogan at WrestleMania 18 main event, then
you don't do that with the other stuff.
The one time to not make a non-title match, and that would have.
It would have made more sense, being that they're in their careers now, that it should have been a cinematic match between Rock and Hogan as opposed to Undertaker and AJ Styles. Oh, no, John Cena.
John Cena
and Bray Wyatt, I mean.
That was, that was still great, though.
Yeah.
When he showed up it's Cena with the NWO shirt. Everyone lost their mind. Like, what? What's going on?
How did they get that footage without him knowing? Come on, folks. Anyway.
Anyway, so back to the show. We do but AJ Styles and Seth Rollins, these guys, they worked great with each other. I mean, they were fantastic back and forth. The only problem I had with the match in general was they just set it up so where AJ pretty much did every move possible, except he never did one Styles Clash.
I see that less and less with his matches now.
Yeah, he did utilize pretty much every other move, and they did the whole like calf crusher in the middle of the ring several times.
I mean, I love the calf crusher.
I
think it's a great.
Oh yeah, all of his moves. You know, phenomenal elbow, that calf crusher, forearm. Oh yeah, it's just they did all. Seth took all the damage, and then at that point, I'm like, that's over. Seth's guaranteed gonna win. Because he took all the damage.
You gave me your best shot,
and now he's gonna be like, "I'm gonna step up now. I'm freaking up now. I'm freaking up." Patent pending, freaking up.
Patent pending. It's going on the shirts.
Freakomania.
Freakomania.
There we go. I don't know. Is the Scott Steiner going to be mad about that though? Because he's got his freaks.
Oh yeah. Well, you know,
Freakzilla.
Medeja's going to show up.
Oh, I wish Medeja showed up. Come on. What are you talking about?
Great. I'm like, how come she never showed up during the invasion storyline?
Oh my. Yeah. Well, because he was still getting Ted Turner money. That's why he didn't even show up.
I know, but she didn't. He wasn't getting Ted. Well, maybe she was.
Right.
Well, second on the card was Trish Stratus defeated Becky Lynch.
Before we go on to that, I was the rating of that match.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
So, that's okay. It's okay. So with Seth Rollins and AJ, I'd say it was good enough to me. It was a 4-headlock match.
I give it 4. I mean, I'm not the kind of guy that's not going to give 5 headlocks like other people do other ratings and won't give 5 stars to people because I think that's just dicky. But then, I mean, there was room for improvement on the match. But then again, I mean, AJ was coming off the shelf.
Yep.
Rollins is hot right now. Like his last couple matches were just amazing. I mean, he dragged a great match out of Almost.
I know exactly. he made a match that wasn't even like booked at all, and he made it like work.
Yeah, because
Seth can work. Seth can work with anybody.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we do have Papa Mafia on the house.
Yeah.
Always. I know. Oh, yeah, trust me. This way, that way. We always do that with me and Sauce.
Pose?
Oh, there we go. I like it. Oh, that's funny. But yeah, so I'd say it was a solid 4 match, and I want. Here's the problem: I want more, but since they have this brand split, I say a brand split, but AJ was on Raw yesterday and tagged. It was in the main event, so like the rest of the OC on SmackDown's like this.
I won't lie to you, man. I won't lie to you. I've never been a big proponent of having a split roster between 2 shows. I know. I grew up watching the Attitude Era, and it was you could do both shows. I mean, you could. I mean, you're not gonna have as big of a roster.
Yeah,
I mean,
I get why it first happened after DCW and WCW were bought.
They had all these great workers, and they're like, we got to put them somewhere. Yeah. We don't want them to go form some other really great indie promotion.
Right. And
wink, wink.
I know. Wink. What's wrong with your eye? I don't know. It's twitching. I don't know. That's McMahon's eye. Yeah. He's twitching.
Well, that's why when he was shaving, he missed that really thin strip.
Yes. Oh my gosh. He really looked like an 80s cartoon villain. That's what he looked like.
Carnival owner. Like he's like moves from town to town stealing children.
So wait, are you saying a carnival owner? So you're saying you're gonna have the return of Kazarni?
Oh god, Kazarni. I mean, well, to be honest though, wrestling is based from old school carny stuff.
Yeah,
they traveled around. They're part of carnivals and stuff like that, and it's just way cooler than carnivals, and it outgrew it.
Yep. So let me get Kazarni back. Let's get Crazy Steve,
the Goon.
Let's get the Vaudevillains back in.
So, yeah, we gotta have the Goon in there.
You have to have the Goon.
Or Duke the Dumpster Drosy.
Oh my gosh, please.
Or what was it? It's the guy always ate all the disgusting stuff.
TL Hopper.
Not TL Hopper, no, the fat guy that always ate stuff.
Bastion Booger.
He looks like the kind of guy you've seen in the freak show.
Oh my gosh. And then, of course, the oddities.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yes.
Golga.
Yeah, Golga, Earthquake.
Oh, my gosh,
She's
please.
still
Kurgan.
around. Yeah, Kurgan.
Oh, my gosh. It's the most funny thing about Kurgan. I know we're going way off topic, and that's okay. That's how we work.
That's how we
work. Kurgan,
folks.
he does a lot of movies and stuff. Like,
well, yeah, he's like 8 feet tall. You're like,
yeah.
hey, we need a big, scary-looking guy.
Yep. And they
like, oh,
you get another French tall big guy.
Yes,
WWE's been used to that, huh? Apparently,
they raid France every decade or so.
They're like
very large men.
Any large men.
Large men. We're
Come
going
here.
to France.
We're going to France. We're going to France.
We look for our men in France.
Oh my gosh. With the match though, when it comes down to it, if they're planning on doing some kind of like rematch, it can only happen like they have Money in the Bank coming up, right? So yeah. AJ to me should be considered to be in this match, the Money in the Bank match, or if you want to do a direct rematch there,
that would make more sense having a direct rematch. I mean, Money in the Bank always elevates guys to another stratosphere of how good they are. I mean, they're all great workers, obviously, because they're where they're at. Well, not all of them, but most.
Now, you had a theory about what you think is going to happen with Seth Rollins being champion.
Oh, yes. I was talking to Dr. Love earlier, and I said, my theory, and everybody can chime in on the chat, and if they say, hey, you're right, you're stupid, you're wrong, whatever. But I believe that, Rollins is going to continue to badmouth Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is eventually going to drop the title to Cody. I'm looking at my crystal balls, and I see it, and I just see it happening. And in fact, I see Cody I don't know. He's not in Money in the Bank, is he?
No, as of right now with Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
So right now, yesterday on Raw, he's challenging Brock Lesnar for the rubber match. So if that happens at Money in the Bank, that he wouldn't be in the Money in the Bank match.
Or he might just be like, I'm coming out and competing anyway.
Exactly. So we don't know for sure yet.
Right. Anyway,
the qualifying matches have started this week. So
somehow Cody Rhodes is going to go over on Reigns. Okay, it's going to be. I think that's going to happen, and I think Reigns, if they don't keep up with the Bloodline storyline, which I think they should, because there's a lot of good stuff in there, is going to jump and start challenging Seth Rollins for the title. And if Rollins goes over on him, they're building another top tier guy, because let's face it, Roman Reigns, for having 1,000-day title reign, he's got a lot of clout right now. He does. I mean, I wish he would have defended the title more. But that's what I'm saying about, like, it seems like heavyweight champions don't defend their titles a lot anymore. Unless you're a female champion, they seem to defend their title every other fucking week.
Yeah, it just depends. It really just depends, though, honestly.
Am I supposed to swear?
I mean, you can once in a while, but
okay,
sorry. That's funny. It's no problem here. We're an adult show. We're all adults here.
Okay, so. That's fine. I'll try and not drop gratuitous F-bombs. I get worked up sometimes, folks.
So he's got hot. He's hot. He's not here. Let me talk to you. We're going to talk to you right here, guys. But so that's a good theory, and I could see something like that happening, but it really just depends on how the Bloodline storyline moving forward works. Yeah.
Like we all saw what happened with the Usos.
Oh yeah, and that's what we're going to talk. We'll talk about that in a little bit, a little bit more. But yeah, right. And we're going to see where this is all going to move towards. But moving forward on the show, we do have the first of 3 women's matches on this show.
3 women's matches.
Yes. So you have Trish Stratus versus Becky Lynch, and obviously, I had called this the day. Well, I called it for WrestleMania. Didn't happen. Where I said Trish Stratus is going to turn heel. She did not. She waited till the next night on Raw to turn heel on Becky Lynch, and I was like, cool, that makes sense. Now build this up, and then set this up for a SummerSlam type. Maybe wait till SummerSlam.
Yeah, something with a monk here.
And what's crazy about this is, here's what annoys me, is that they started building this up good. They beat up Becky Lynch, or she beat up Becky Lynch, and then she got was injured. She was off TV for a little bit.
Yeah.
And then it was like, okay, cool. Then that gives you an excuse to not have Trish on there, or she could go on there and then still cut these great heel promos, kind of keep building it up. Did not need to be back that quick. And then it was like, no, I'm back now. It's like,
no,
okay.
They could have just built it up, like run-ins, things like that. I mean, go old school territories with this.
Yep.
Show up one day and just attack them with a hoodie on, then take the hoodie off. Like, it was me. I did this. You didn't even see it coming.
Right.
Something awesome like that. But no, just kind of like, yo, you're here now again. Awesome.
Yeah. So basically, they said, okay, we're going to set this match up now, and we're going to have it Night of Champions. And again, unless you're a high profile match, why are you on a match show called Night of Champions when you're not a champion? I guess I'm saying.
I get that. It should have been all titles that are just defended on this show, and that's it.
That's my like at that point, make that those women's tag team titles. If you want to have a women's match, have that on there because at least it's for the titles.
Yes, I agree.
My God, they have the next night. The next 2 nights later on Raw, but that's neither here nor there about that.
I don't know what the politics are over there. Maybe they couldn't do that. Maybe
maybe
whoever they're married to owned the title then too.
Who knows?
I don't get it.
But as for the actual match itself, here's my thing. Like Trish, back in the day when she was a valet with TNA with Testa and Albert, she was a great valet. She couldn't wrestle because that's fine.
She got so good though.
Yeah,
like her heel work was second to none when she was a valet.
Exactly,
she got even better when she became a wrestler.
Well, especially because look at that point, that's when Finley was training the women's wrestlers at that time, and
couldn't ask for a better trainer.
I know, right? And
it's scary.
So at that point, Trish was part of that time where you had Mickie James, that was my girl, Mickie James, Victoria, Chaz, Molly Holly.
Lita really didn't need training.
No, not really. And Lita, as I mentioned before on this podcast, I've mentioned that I think she is overrated. Lita,
she does a moonsault. A lot of people were like, "Oh wow, she did a moonsault," and then people automatically thought she's a great worker.
I know that's exactly.
But she can wrestle.
Yeah,
she can. She's better than a lot of people.
That's absolutely true.
But I can see where you come from with that. I mean, she's like, "Oh, she's an innovator." I'm like, "Yeah, I guess so."
Yeah, at that point when there wasn't that many women's wrestlers.
Small pond.
A very small pond. So now with that all being said, this match, Trish, you could tell, was going through her old repertoire, but it almost felt like they were wrestling in mud or water.
That's how usually the people that disappear for about a decade and come back usually look. I mean, I'm not pooping on Stone Cold right now, okay? But he was wrestling Kevin Owens. He looked like he was moving slow.
No, absolutely.
Because their timing's off.
Oh, yeah. His knees are just like the bionic redneck.
It's so bionic. I think there's rust in them.
There's rust. Oh, gosh, that's funny.
No, but one of the greatest workers of all time, Stone Cold is. I mean, I don't care what anyone says.
Mm-hmm.
But you're gone for a decade. You're going to be rusty.
Oh, yeah. And come on. And that's how I felt watching this match with Trish. She's kind of just going through her old moves. You're going to see the Matrix. And then her doing like when she went to do her like chick kick. I mean, it was just like slow motion, like.
Yeah, dude.
That's my leg, by the way. But my
yes,
it was like hit you. And then she would do bounce off the ropes, head bulldog, and it was just certain moves where she would do, and it was like, okay, I saw you do that move 10 years ago, and it's like,
and it was a lot faster,
and
it looked more crisp. I mean, I take that back. There's 2 instances where people came back to the ring and didn't seem too rusty.
Mm.
One was Shawn Michaels when he came back and wrestled Triple H.
Oh no,
but I'm pretty sure he was in the ring. I guarantee he was in the ring for months before that. Like he was practicing
the unsanctioned match with Triple H. Yep, love it.
And even the Rock Cena match, like the Rock was a little rusty, you could tell, but he was moving, man. Then again, that guy works out like an animal anyway. Oh yeah, for sure. So just kind of again with this match, just it wasn't horrible. It just was something that I could see. There was nothing special about it until the end, and then that's where they pushed this feud further. At the end, you have Becky Lynch was outside the ring, and someone comes out from under the ring, and it's Zoe Starks from NXT, who just got drafted to Raw. So now she's aligned with Trish Stratus, knocked her out and whatnot. Well, that was good because you're having a vet work with a fucking greenhorn.
Oh yeah, so, and Zoe Stark's heel work in NXT was pretty good. She wasn't like my favorite women's wrestler there because there was just so many. They had a lot of good talent, but I was happy to see that she got the call up to the main roster. So
that was like the second best girl call up ever.
Yeah, it was really cool. It was very cool to see that.
Oh, and you thought I was going to tell you what the number one was, but I'm not going to tell you. It's a shh. We'll get to that later.
So I mean, with that, they obviously push now that we're going to have a second match and then probably a third match. And again, we're probably going to get something similar to what this Cody and Brock thing is. We're going to probably get another match at Money in the Bank, whether it's a tag match or Zoe Starks and Trish Stratus versus Becky Lynch and I don't know. I don't know who. Andy Hartwell or something, or maybe
Lita and somebody else,
or someone like that.
Unless she's too busy doing that one show on A&E where they go around buying memorabilia.
Yeah. So they might have
just
that.
Saw that the other day. I'm like, what the hell is this?
I know, right? And then they could maybe have their final match at SummerSlam. It's possible, but I do appreciate Trish's mic work and her promos have been great.
They've always been good.
And then Becky Lynch calling her out though about how you do all this stuff, and then you had to bark like a dog.
Oh no, that was great.
That was great. Oh my god,
that was when I took a little break from watching it, and then I'm like, huh. Mm-hmm. And then so I went back after she said something. I was like, oh, that happened.
Oh yeah, that was a nice deep cut there for some people that didn't watch wrestling at that time. And oh man, just imagine that any of the promo from that time now is just so aged horrifically.
Do that.
No, that would be our new segment.
Dad can't do that now.
Yeah, it's like you can't say that on television.
You can't say that ever. Now. You can, but people put their nose up in the air at you.
Oh my gosh, that's so. If I had to give it any kind of rating for it, I'd say I'd give it a 2.5 headlocks out of 5, mainly for the storyline pushing. Happy to see Zoe Starks there. Yeah. Trish wasn't terrible. Becky Lynch, she can always do good. It just I think they're still feeling each other out. Then they're going to have this.
I give it a 2 because it's a build up. It's a build up to the big match at WrestleMania.
Yep.
I mean, WrestleMania. I mean SummerSlam.
Yep.
I mean, I don't think it'll be a Money in the Bank.
No, I don't think. I think, like I said, I think they might have a tag match because they want to get Zoe Starks in there, so they'll have a women's tag match. It'll be Trish and Zoe against Becky
and Lita. Probably Lita because
I can see it. Yeah, because reasons. It's in the show's in London. They want to put up more stars there. If she's available, I could see that happen.
Like, is there any way we're in here and we can't have Rhea Ripley on the show because we're in London? Because English people don't like Australians.
They're like, here, we got you.
Oh, blimey.
But I like it. But moving forward, we do have our next match, which was the match that when I got announced, everyone was like, really? But it ended up being a nice surprise. So it was Gunther,
my favorite show,
versus Mustafa Ali.
My favorite match on the show, except for the main event.
Yeah. Actually, let's go back real quick about the Trish Stratus match. The other thing that the problem was about that match was way too long.
Yeah,
that match was 14:50. That's how long the match was.
Which is almost twice as long as the third match, which had a legit champion in there.
So
the third greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with that.
What are your top 2?
Oh, well, I don't know. We'll talk later. That's fun. No, if I had to actually say, I could probably say that right now. Jericho, he's there for sure. I love Jericho as champion,
and I did too. I'm not saying, but I don't think he's one of the greatest Intercontinental champions of all time. He's top 5.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And then of course you got to go with Mr. Perfect.
Mr. Perfect was good, but he's number 4.
Let me guess. Honk and talk, man.
He still hasn't for the longest time.
I know he does.
And he was back in the time when the title did not change hands often.
Yeah, it did not.
Like it had to be not given. He came out, the Ultimate Warrior showed up and just wrecked him at SummerSlam.
I know, right?
Yep. And number 2 would be Macho Man Randy Savage.
Yeah, there's so many. That'll be a show we do in the future. Oh yeah. Talk about the rise and fall of the
IC title.
Yeah. So and the rise and fall and then rise again.
Exactly, because it's good. Thank you to Gunther.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Gunther is by far doing some of the best heel work in the company right now.
Oh yeah, and the best part too is the fact that when they brought Gunther in, and they brought in Ludwig Kaiser, right?
Ludwig.
But they didn't bring in his partner.
No.
But then at Clash the Castle, because now Triple H is back and was in charge now.
Yeah, they brought him in.
Brought him back in because they said, "Look, Imperium worked. We need you guys. So why not have you?"
And then they brought the other guy in that the Gunther lost the NXT European
title. Yep. Yes,
Dragunov. And he joins Imperium. I'm gonna be like favorite new heel.
I know. I would love it, man.
I mean, it's gonna be like the Undisputed Era 2.0, but only European.
No, European.
The undisputed European era.
So with this match, though, you have Gunther versus Mustafa Ali, the former leader of Retribution, from Raw Underground. we joke about Retribution a lot.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
But Retribution never showed up on TV with fans. That's how short-lived they were because of with the Thunderdome or the pre-Thunderdome and Thunder. How crazy is that? They were there and gone.
And I'm just surprised they didn't bust out the old school Lions Den match anytime they showed up.
Oh my gosh! So my gosh, it's pretty cool though, But anyway, so you have Mustafa Ali comes out, big pop for him. And Gunther, obviously, you'll get this as a wrestling fan. There's like a 0.00000% chance. And yes, I didn't add any numbers to that. There was no chance Mustafa Ali was going to win. No. But he made it entertaining.
That pop was huge.
Oh yeah, huge pop. And then it was great to see that. And in the match, like you had a lot of these cool spots where he's trying to hit him and he's blocking them, but then he was chopping them down. He would get him with run into the turnbuckle or get snap married onto the rope.
It's like watching MMA. You see somebody kick somebody in the leg.
Right.
They're not doing anything great or big, but that stuff is cycling up. It's filling up. They're starting to feel it.
Yeah.
And he formed the cracks in the foundation, and he actually mounted an offense. That was telling a really good story. And guess what? They did it in 8.5 minutes.
I know.
Not 15.
Yeah. Yeah. So Brock Lesnar's last two matches were longer than this match, and that's Brock
Lesnar's match. Like saying, "Hey, Goldberg wrestled 13 times by the time this match was over."
Oh my gosh. So it was cool though, is like in this match, you had Mustafa Ali pull out a 450 splash, perfect on him, and then he did a couple other it was insane.
Yeah.
And then of course, there was a couple times where he just chop him out of midair. Mustafa Ali did a great job selling these hits.
I don't think that was selling, man. That looked like it hurt, and I know it hurt.
Yeah, he got
his hands are like that big. Okay, like here we are, like that big, like there. That's Gunther's hand.
Yeah,
without extra fingers.
You like look and you're like you don't want to chop by any professional wrestler, honestly.
I've been chopped by Haku.
Right here. This guy been chopped by Haku.
I thought
legitimately.
I wanted to die. I wanted to die. It hurt so bad, and my chest split open.
Yeah.
One time.
Yeah.
One time.
So you're like, I'm done. Bye.
No,
Bye.
you did it more than once. And
oh gosh.
It hurt.
Oh my gosh. That's rough.
Yeah.
So basically, this match did its job, and Intercontinental title is defended on a pay-per-view because that was always my pet peeve where it was not defended ever on the shows.
I get it. I mean, I get it. Like you have your secondary titles, they should be defended on weekly TV as well. That's why I love. And I think I've told you this numerous times. My all-time favorite title is the television title.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what promotion it is. You slap television title on it. I'm going to always be the biggest proponent for that because you defend it anytime there's TV.
Yep.
And that's what like big promotions like WWE and WCW got away from. They're like, oh, pay-per-view. Let's leave the TV title off. I'm like, no, it's on television. It should be on there too. They're the most fighting champion. You get the guy you want to get over the most and give them that belt.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you get the guy you want to get over most, you give him the heavyweight title. But up and coming, you want to drag him from the mid card to a higher level. You give him that title. Steve Austin was a television champion. I go down a whole list. It should be a topic and for a future show. I hope it is.
Oh yeah,
I would love it. I got all kinds of research right now.
There we go. I like it. I like it. But this match, as for a rating, I give it a 3 headlock.
I give it 3.5.
Yeah, it was that good. It was a short, but and it really helped elevate Gunther, made him still look like a beast, and not making Mustafa Ali just look like chum. Honestly,
he
like
wasn't
chum in the
He's
water.
good. Actually, I think it raises stock a little bit.
Yeah.
And the only reason I'm giving this 3.5, and I said this was my favorite match besides the main event, where I gave number 1 was number 4, a 4 headlocks.
Yep.
Was because there was more of a build up to that. This Gunther match was thrown together.
Oh yeah,
it just happened.
They're like, this is happening
because of reasons.
Yeah, reasons. But so moving forward, we do have our second women's match of the night. Wait, if we're Aubrey and AEW, 2 count. So we do have the Raw Women's Champion Bianca Belair versus Asuka, and here's the thing:
I did not expect this match to happen in Saudi Arabia.
I didn't either, because when we talked about this before, the preview for it last week or like 2 weeks ago or however it was, it wasn't even confirmed yet, and then it got confirmed and all this whatnot. I was like, okay, let's see this match happen. I love Asuka. I've loved her since the NXT days, and then researching her before, her stuff she did before in like Japan. And
she's my favorite worker.
The fact that when she finally went to her like her Kana gimmick, her like heel gimmick, I was like, oh, please bring this. I love it.
Yeah, she's gonna do the miss like every Asian superstar wrestler ever does is the Mist.
I know.
It just kind of goes hand in hand, but the thing is, it's freaking cool.
I know. It's cool. I'll tell you right now, in a feud that she has with anybody, like, I'll just, let me randomly just pick someone like, it's not going to happen, like Shotzi Blackheart. Let's just say, randomly she has a feud with Shotzi. I would love it if they end this match and then Shotzi randomly gets her with the Mist out of nowhere.
Yeah. Oh, that would be great.
And then she'd be like, "What the heck did that come from?" Like someone. So it would change it up a little bit.
Well, the thing is like it's almost like they forgot like how Asuka showed up. Like she was in NXT, undefeated.
Yep.
Undefeated, but didn't she lose like one time?
Nope. She never won. She got injured. She had to vacate the title.
Yeah, she got injured. Then she came and went on a tear on the main roster.
Yep.
Until she got beat by Charlotte Flair.
Well, yeah, she made her win the Women's Royal Rumble with the WrestleMania, and then of course Queen Charlotte had to win because
she's Charlotte Flair.
Because she's Charlotte Flair.
For reasons. Anyway,
so this match happens, and again, the crowd. This is the problem with this. If this match you just waited, or if this match was even on Monday Night Raw. On SmackDown. You gotta remember, these two women are technically SmackDown wrestlers, but she's a Raw champion. So you already knew someone's moving to one show because now you're gonna get Bianca Belair going against Rhea Ripley now for the SmackDown title.
Yep.
And now Asuka moves over to Raw.
Yep.
Which was always the plan anyways.
It was a plan, but I mean, it was kind of a like, hey, this plan we threw together in 5 minutes.
Here's the thing. It's like,
look, hard was thrown together.
Asuka she had the chance at WrestleMania to win. They're like, no, you don't get to win. But now, here you go. You can win, but the crowd's like crappy, and now you're champion. Here you go. Like, it almost comes off like really annoyed.
Here's your consolation prize.
And the irony is, it's the same belt, but it's just how you won it. You know,
exactly.
The crowd didn't care. They were just so like lethargic, and Bianca
not into it. They weren't into this match, and that's why I gave it 2 headlocks. Even though I love Asuka and Bianca Belair, it does a good job.
Yeah,
she does a good job. She's not my favorite worker. I mean, I get it. You're strong and you're flexible, but you got to sell better.
That's my problem with her, because obviously in the last show when she almost injured
Charlotte Flair.
Yeah, no, not Charlotte.
Charlotte.
Who she just I'm like sitting here just trying to remember all these shows, so many shows. She does that. I got to make sure to show I'm the strongest. I can pick you up on the ropes and do this stuff. It's like, but you don't. You can just keep doing your repertoire, and that's fine. You don't have to keep proving their strong. It's the same thing happened with Raquel Rodriguez, right? Yeah, she's got to do the whole back thing. I'm big and tall, but she's got.
I mean, they got her over though. I mean, they understand what brought them to the show, and they're going to show it.
My problem is that she's still the smiling face, and it's terrible.
You should be a heel.
You should He should absolutely be a heel.
Lex Luger, when he first came in, was the narcissist.
Yeah, and that worked.
It worked, but then like the only reason he got over is because he had a bigger guy he had to slam. It's the Hulk Hogan theory. You just got to get somebody bigger than him. You're automatically going to be the underdog. Underdogs get over. They don't put the small guy in and be like, oh, small guys, he's a bully. He's beating everybody up. It didn't work for Spike Dudley. It's not going to work for you.
Right. Oh, absolutely. So, but yeah, I'll give it 2.5 headlocks. Again, I'm just happy to see Asuka champion now.
Yes, I'm glad. I'm
main
extremely
thing.
happy that she's champion now.
Yep. So,
and hopefully she actually runs with it. They don't do this crap where she was champion for 2 weeks.
Right.
Interim champion, Christian style.
Exactly. So. And mind you, they gave that match 15 minutes to go work.
Another 15 minutes.
So you have 2 15-minute match.
Sandwiching the Intercontinental title with an 8-minute match.
So, yeah.
With a guy that's Mustafa Ali in Saudi Arabia.
Oh, my God.
How does that make sense?
It doesn't make sense.
It does not make sense.
It's a Chewbacca defense all over again.
Oh, no, it's a Chewbacca.
So
we're Chewbacca lives in Endor, you must have quit.
So,
Anywho,
we're going to move on very quickly with the next match.
The third
women's match.
Yes. Third.
And this is the one that didn't need to be on the card, but if they looked at like every title got to be defended, but yet U.S. title's not going to be defended. The women's tag title's not defended. The undisputed belt's not defended.
Yeah. Roman Reigns felt like, sitting at home watching and catching up on Jersey Shore that again watched 10 years ago.
Well, yeah. So, excuse me. So basically, you have Rhea Ripley versus Natalya. Now, the only reason why I believe Natalya was in this match is that Natalya was in the first ever women's match in Saudi Arabia.
They know her there.
So I believe it's like Natalya's been there for about 40 years with the company. It's the running joke, Travis. She really has been there as long as, almost as long as JTG or been there.
Oh God, yeah,
he was there. Look it up, man. It's ridiculous.
Well, I just kind of, I think that like Jim kind of left his daughter there and said, "All right, WWE, nurture her."
And then he died. Rest in peace. But
I met him. Nice guy.
See, and that's cool.
Kind of crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, but nice guy.
Hey, there you go. But so basically comes out here and in a minute, squash. That's it. And nobody comes out. Nobody came out to maybe like try to challenge against Rhea, nothing like that. Like, what was the point? So at that point, there was no point.
They're patting the champion, showing how dominant she is. So meaning anybody that's going to be facing her next, be like, you see what she did to Natalya? She's an established vet. She's going to wreck him. It's Rocky IV all over again with Ivan Drago.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, Natalya, you were Apollo Creed on this one.
Yeah, that's about. That's.
Well, too soon.
No, that's funny though. I like it works. It works.
Yes, it does.
Oh my God!
I give this match one headlock.
Yeah, it's a one headlock.
I give all squash matches one headlock.
So I actually
unless it's really cool.
Nope, I have to give it to you. The one headlock. So what we do is we go anything as a one headlock is actually we call it blue cheeks, just cheeks. But I'm giving it the 0, which is the Shockmaster.
Oh, I didn't know we could do that.
Can give 0.
I give it the Shockmaster.
Ah, there we go. The Shockmaster score. So I think we've only given it out like twice. Mm-hmm. Not even this year. Last year we gave it out.
What were the other Shockmasters?
The one was for him, Liv Morgan versus Shayna Baszler at Clash of the Castle. Ooh. Mainly because of booking. He was mad, and I agree because we went into that match going, okay, Shayna's got destroy sauces. Yeah, said that. And I do agree with him on that. Baszler, Liv Morgan was champion, should have went in there and had to like survive to win. Yeah. Like Baszler would destroy her, but then Liv would have to either win by like a count out or win by some way because it would be realistic. But no, Liv beat Shayna Baszler clean with like her finisher, and I was there.
A headlock takeover.
Oh my! Oh yeah!
I'll get to that later.
No, so it's like that's why he hated it. the match wasn't that good either. But
okay,
yeah, so yeah,
it was a stinker. Yeah, I get you.
But so moving on, we do have we have the match with
here we go.
Brock Lesnar, and in his second match with Cody Rhodes,
who's on fire.
Yep. Oh, he's injured. No, broken arm. They do this big start.
Broken arm.
Well, here was the other thing too. So they started talking about this whole thing with this broken arm thing and Triple H. Here's what's funny. So the week before, the week of, or whatever, is Triple H was in the locker room with him, and he's telling him you got a broken arm, you got this stuff, or whatever else, and it's like. Then some people have these fan theories, and people piss me off because when they have a good theory, I get mad because I wish it was real. Some people said, well, Triple H is talking to Cody, like, hey, you got a broken arm, you're going to still do this. Some people said, well, wait a minute. What if Triple H sent Brock Lesnar after him, Cody Rhodes?
Yes.
Yeah. Now, here's the problem with all of that. Is that Triple H can't wrestle. He's done, right? Because his heart.
He had heart surgery.
So, trust me, if he was able to wrestle, I don't give a shit if that match is like 10 minutes long, you're moving slower than dog shit. I would love to see Cody against him.
Oh, yeah.
The throne. Talk about the comeuppance on that.
I would have a gimmick match where you had to put your opponent in the throne.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yep. Down and then you crown on top.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, that would be an awesome gimmick.
So these fan theories made me mad. I'm like, I want
he
to
still probably sent it after him though. He's like, I can't wrestle you.
Well, think about it this way: he came back, and there's been no reason for him to do what he did.
No, he's like, I'm Brock Lesnar, and I like to piss people off.
Right.
And that's like the villains in movies that just know they're evil instead of thinking they're in the right.
Mm-hmm.
They're two-dimensional and they're not fun to watch. Yeah, I'm doing this because I'm evil. I mean, I'm not talking about
we're not Kai and Tai. We're not talking about Kai and Tai.
That was gold. That was gold because it made fun of it. I'm talking about two-dimensional booking when it comes to Brock Lesnar. We need him to go against somebody that's big and scary. Hey, Brock Lesnar, you're a walking muscle. Attack him.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Hey, to be fair, as long as it wasn't like Omos doing this, Health Feud or something like that.
So, I mean, either way,
I know.
But the thing is Lesnar is such a storied career,
right?
I mean, they pushed him to the moon when he first showed up, and he's been living on the moon for the last. He left the moon for a little while, went and played for the Vikings, and came back to the moon.
20 years, 21 years. That's what's crazy.
Yeah,
2002,
and he's still going in there and wrecking people.
He is. It's crazy.
And I'm like, dude, I get shades of Hogan all over you.
I know.
And I'm like, oh man.
But here, going back to what I was saying about the old broken arm thing. He gets in this match, and they were like, he's got this special brace, titanium lace break, whatever. And I'm sitting here going, so they're going to set up like how they used to do in wrestling back in the day
with the forearm,
with Cowboy Bob Orton had it. Who else?
Cowboy Bob Orton had a cast in his arm for 10 years.
So yeah,
it was Lex Luger.
Yeah, Luger. That's
Luger
who it was.
Right there. He hit people with the forearm because he couldn't torture rack everybody.
No.
I mean, most people.
And that's how it worked though. Is they needed a way to him to take out anybody he couldn't use the finisher.
Well, the crossroads he can do anybody to, except for maybe almost.
Yep, exactly. But once he came out with that, and they talked about that forearm, that brace, I go, oh yeah, he's just gonna. The second he hits him with it, they're gonna be like, oh, well, that's how he's gonna chop down the beast. And Lesnar, I don't care what a lot of people say because I've liked Lesnar when he first debuted. I didn't like all his politics when he was leaving in 2004, and I didn't really like when he came back. And that weird Triple H feud at WrestleMania, like that was stupid.
Although I did like the match, though.
The match was okay.
He wanted his career versus.
Yeah,
I thought that was good. That was good build up. But again, there was no reasoning behind it.
No, there was no reasoning. But what Lesnar does is Lesnar's great at selling. He'll sell.
He'll sell only anything. If he agrees with selling for it.
Oh yeah. He'll sell it too. And when he's getting chopped down, like when Rollins beat him for the Universal title at WrestleMania in the opening match, he beat him up and he really chopped him down. It made a good story to do that, and that's why once he started hitting him with the cast, I'm like, oh, here we go. Now it's all about the cast.
Yeah, exactly. Well, see, the thing is Lesnar. I agree. He will do work. He will put people over. It was evident with Drew McIntyre with the Royal Rumble when he came out and he claymored him out of the.
Oh yeah, that was nice.
And then he beat him, and I still think Drew McIntyre got the biggest shaft during.
The
pandemic.
Yeah, he really did because he wasn't able to do it in front of it.
Yeah, exactly. He needs to be a champion again. I needed to say that right now because I've been thinking about that for a while. Totally needs it.
I agree with that.
But anyway, as for this match, though, I'm not going to give it a Shockmaster. I'll give it a 1.5.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I like Cody Rhodes. Of course, Lesnar had to get one back because that's just how it works in the business.
Yeah.
And I like the ending because Rhodes didn't give up. I mean, but I don't know. I'm tired of seeing him win all the freaking time.
I know. And that's where I think people are going to start getting now. The fact is, if you're going to have a rubber match, which is what Cody Rhodes yesterday called him out, saying, I want that rubber match. And it's so the only way you're going to have this rubber match is that you got to have a stipulation. It's got to be a gimmick match.
Got to be a gimmick match.
Now, here's my thing. We've talked about it here before about how I'm so sick of the Hell in a Cell. I don't want Hell in a Cell. I just want a regular cage match.
Regular cage match.
Give me a regular cage match and that's what I want.
But Cody goes over. And he doesn't get it by running away from him, getting out of the cage. He pins him in the middle of the ring.
Right? You could see that. You could see him try to climb, and then you go, nope, drop down. And
because this is the same guy that does moonsaults off the cages.
Yep.
We've seen it.
We've seen it. So, in my opinion, that's the only way, because now the storyline's built up to it, it makes sense, as opposed to just being thrown into a random Hell in a Cell or a random cage match.
What was that match we were talking about? It was a random cage match for no freaking reason.
Oh gosh! Oh, no, I can't.
I know. You know,
it'll come back to us.
It was amusing.
It was. So when that happens, it sucks. But now I have to give this. Just because of the storyline, and mind you, this was 9 minutes and 40 seconds. It was technically about 5-6 seconds shorter than their first match.
And almost a little over half the time that the two female matches had on the same card. I'm just pointing this out.
Right. So let's just, let's leave it at that.
Yeah.
But as for a score, I'm going to give it a 2 headlock. just because I'm going to give it a 2 headlock.
Yeah, I get it.
I like the ending too, though. I like that it was another submission based, where he passed out type thing.
I prefer that.
Well, yeah, because when Lesnar started using that a few years ago, and against
Kimura?
Undertaker,
Kimura legitimately hurts.
Oh yeah, and that was where they started doing those kind of UFC style endings.
Well, no, it makes sense because he was in UFC. I mean, it fits why he started using it.
Yep, and I was totally a fan of that because it was something different. Because a lot of big guys don't have submission finishers.
Lex Luger.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Lex Luger, I think, at that point was one of the only big guys that had a submission type finisher.
Yep. Correct.
Yep. So now it was nice for him. And it was like you said, it hurts. It's devastating to look at.
Better that it's actually kind of is refreshing that he uses that instead of the bear hug because that's the go-to for every big
bear hug. Oh,
every big hug, the bear hug or the clutch.
Wait. Gotcha.
Yeah. The claw.
God,
the Iron Claw by Baron Von Raschke.
Oh my gosh,
that was back in the day,
yo. So we move on to the main event, and we have Kevin Owens. Well, first off, we'll talk about so Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa are going to face off against Kevin Owens and
Rikishi Jr. Just call him Rikishi Jr.
Let me tell you right now. So this crowd was popped. They popped for Roman Reigns and Solo just because they love to hate him. They've done a good job getting them over at that point. But that crowd, when Kevin Owens and Sammy came out, it was nuts. You thought it was crazy in Montreal. They were losing their minds here.
Which was really odd considering Sammy almost considered not going
Correct.
There.
I know. Well, because the only reason why is obviously because Sami Zayn is Syrian descent. Syria, Saudi Arabia.
They don't really get along.
But they have over this past year, they have started redeveloping their relationship with each other as countries.
As country, yeah, which is nice, and it's nice to hear about
the fact that he came out in traditional I'm not sure what's called the white outfit he had on.
Yeah,
came out. The crowd was losing their minds. They're singing. They're doing his song. He goes out there, and then when they went to announce them, Sammy grabbed the mic and then announced him and Kevin in Arabic. and he would say something in Arabic, and the crowd started. They popped. I mean, louder than I've ever heard anything. He basically said that for just like it was insane.
This is why I give this a 4. I'm just going to get this out of the way and give it 4 headlocks.
Oh, absolutely.
Because they know how to work the crowd,
mm-hmm.
and you could tell why this was the main event. I mean, this
had to be the main event,
for
sure.
But no, it didn't need to. It could have been semi-main event, but I get why they did it.
Yeah,
I mean, but
I was booking, it's better than Brock Lesnar and Cody being.
Oh God! Well, there would be no reason why. There's nothing back in it.
I get it. But
grudge match, big guy versus Cody Rhodes.
So this match though was great because you had Roman playing like chicken shit. Like he didn't want to get in the ring. He was letting Solo do all the work, and then they would get in there and do it. But the back and forth was kind of there was good stuff here and there. I love Solo. He is Rikishi. Or like what
Junior?
Well, you look
at
Umaga
Rikishi mixture.
It's insane though.
Like that.
It's insane to see that.
Yeah.
But the best part, obviously, is just the storytelling over this past year. Then the Usos come out, and then they start cleaning the house, and then they're super kicking, and then they just, when they took out Solo, and Solo sold that so well too. He like took it and then he just like fell on his butt and like, and then he just like fell over like this. Slowly out of the
slumped over, yeah.
So then at that point, you got Reigns mad at him, hitting, pushing.
They didn't mean to. He didn't mean to hit Solo, did they?
No,
I mean,
no, they didn't mean to, but they screwed up again.
Yes.
So then Roman's hitting Jay, hitting Jimmy, hitting Jay, pushed him, and then at that point, Jimmy,
the one you didn't expect,
super kicks him, and then the face was the best. The face that Roman made. And then the face that Jay was, because you didn't know what was going to happen. You didn't know if Jay was going to turn on his brother. Was he going to whatever? No, the storytelling just wrote itself, you know. And he hits him again with another super kick. Roman's out. And it was glorious. And then Jay has to get him out of the ring because he's like, "You're gonna die, man. We're gonna get you out of here."
Yeah.
And it's just showing more of the implosion. And now Jay is going to finally kind of go to the side with his brother. They're not going to have.
Or not.
I know. Solo, I feel, is going to be the last line of defense for Reigns.
Yes.
Like his last line of defense.
Or they might bring in other Anoa'i family. Yeah.
Well, that is the big rumor is on SmackDown this week. He's celebrating his 1,000-day reign, which was actually on the Night of Champions show.
Somebody's going to interrupt it.
It's a big rumor that Rikishi is showing up because, again, his sons. He went on Twitter and wrote, all he wrote was enough. And he wrote that like his official page, his Twitter page. So I feel like Reigns is going to keep ripping on the Usos, and then Rikishi is going to come out and say, I'm done talking to my sons,
this way,
all that stuff. And then you're going to see Reigns mouth off to him and say, "You're out of here. Who are you?" All this stuff. And so you wait and see. That's a prediction that Dr. Love's got here.
That is Dr. Love's lock of the week.
I like it. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
But as for like I said, with the match, you had them retain the belts and a four headlock, absolutely not even a question. So overall, the show, here's what I think: if Gunther and Ali if they had given them even 12 minutes, like 4 more minutes to work, it would
shimmer off of the really long matches.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Should the tag match have gone a half an hour? No, maybe not.
No, but Trish's match shouldn't have went 15 minutes.
No, especially if she's getting back into wrestling shape.
No.
Being in shape is different than wrestling shape. I can attest to you firsthand.
Yep.
Bumping and moving and stuff in the ring is a lot different than saying, "Hey, I'm going to go out there and run 5 miles."
Yeah.
Way different. They not have gone 14 minutes.
The fact of the matter that Austin Theory did not defend the U.S. title, and yes, I get the U.S. title in Saudi Arabia. I don't care. It's not a champions. Champion belt should be defended.
And he's also a heel. They would have booed him.
He's been doing a lot of work. He's been doing a lot of good work. Him, Lashley, Sheamus has been popped in there.
They've been putting him over on like
Bronson Reed. Yeah, Bronson Reed and stuff. So
Rick Boogs.
Yep. Like all these guys have been putting this.
I was joking about Rick Boogs.
Oh, Rick Boogs.
Yeah.
So you don't like the new Boog?
The new Boog.
Well, we were talking about the first Boog, the Bastion version of Boog.
Yeah, the first. original boob with less percent.
Oh god, I hate myself for bringing that up.
Yeah, how dare you?
So yeah, basically that show, it was, to me, they have these shows happening in Saudi Arabia. We just have to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? We just got to deal with it, and that's what's happening on it, whatnot. So, but it's, as for the show itself, I'd say I overall would give it maybe a.
I give 2.5 because those thrown together.
Yeah, I'd say 2.5 because I want to say 3 just for the storytelling of the final match.
Shockmaster match.
But yeah,
rating
that I know it pulls your average down, right?
Way
down. It pulls it down like that. That's that. There you go. So
we need a soundboard.
I know. I know, right? I did. Yeah. There you go. I like it. But now that obviously there's a lot of been wrestling that happened this weekend. There was Impact had their show Under Siege. Not gonna lie, I did not get a chance to watch it, but there was some good matches on there. So just check that out if you ever have a chance to see on that, because they have been doing pretty good stuff there. So
you want to do Impact real fast? I mean, I didn't watch it either.
I do have it here real quick. We can shoot through it real quick here. So Impact had here. We usually go through the regular shows here, but it looks like we had Nick Aldis versus Kenny King, for God's sake. Kenny King, who was on the Bachelor, by the way, at one point.
He was on the Bachelor.
He was on the and former Chippendales. Kenny King.
Yes. Aldis is a gem of pro wrestling. The guy is a solid worker.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a fan of him, but it tells you something here since it's not an NWA because of all that hoopla he had there.
Yeah,
and that doesn't surprise me. It's with Billy Corgan and stuff involved with that. So.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Well, look who their champion is. Yeah, compared. Yeah,
you're talking about Tyrus.
Yeah, I'm talking about Tyrus. Yeah. But yeah, I'm happy this match was on there. Like I said, my brother, he watched the show, so he was telling me a little bit about it, but. Hey, Nick Aldis, I'm fine with him anytime on the card. And Kenny King still getting work. Good for you.
Good for you, buddy.
Then you had Rich Swann, Sammy Callahan, Jake Christ beat The Design, which is Diener, Angels, and Khan.
Chris, I like Chris' work, but some reason the internet seems to hate that guy.
They do.
I don't get it.
Everything I've read was like they do not like him.
I've been on shows with him before, like right when he started. And like I've been at other promotional shows out around this area, indie shows. Guy's a nice guy, knows how to put on a good show.
Yeah.
I wish I could have seen his match because I do like his work.
Rich Swann, great guy.
Rich Swann's awesome too.
I just met him at a local wrestling show. He was at the show I was telling you about with Rhino. Yeah. He was there, and it was actually his birthday. It was his birthday that day, and he had a match on with somebody else there too. It's kind of cool. Yeah, so I'm not really familiar too much with the design, so I can't.
I don't know much about this, so I cannot comment. So I will not be giving any ratings out for this.
We're just kind of shooting through this, but this one is where obviously Trinity, the former Naomi, had her first match against Giselle Shaw. And of course, and she beat her by submission, which I thought was interesting, just based off that. But when she first debuted, when she first came in, people were like trashed it. Remember, they're like, what is going on with this?
New Japan.
New Japan. Hey, no. Hey, let's go to New Japan. Oh, wait, they don't want me?
No.
But you have, Mercedes.
But wait, no. Oh.
Yeah, trust me. At one point or another, Mercedes, former Sasha Banks, will be in AEW for at least a match. Because guess what?
I would say next 2 months.
Forbidden Door is June 25th. AEW New Japan Forbidden Door.
Okay.
There you go.
That is his second lock of the week or month.
The month. There you go. I locked that in. So it looks like we do have then we have Ace Austin, Chris Bay, so the Bullet Club, the Impact Bullet Club that they have.
Impact Bullet Club.
That's the best way I can say it. AEW's got Bullet Club Gold, and you have Impact's version of Bullet Club.
They call it the Blank Club.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
They fought against they defeated the Subculture, which is Mark Andrews, the former Mandrews, who was when he was there. Yeah, when he was there, and then he was also in WWE in the 205 division, the NXT.
Yeah.
So yeah, it looks like we do have right here. Oh, this guy. He's familiar. I like this guy a lot.
Yeah, he seems very knowledgeable on the
Grizzly Pickles. Really knowledgeable guy here. But yeah, let me get a yeah. What if we just the rest of the show?
No, well, that'd be a good idea, but I mean,
well, no, I mean not. Maybe be funny, be like, these guys are interesting. It's just a bunch of yes. It's just a bunch of yes.
It's really profound what they're saying.
But again, I only know a couple of these guys too well. I know about the Ace Austin and them, and seeing them go over like that makes sense.
Banks.
That makes sense. So,
well, Grizzly Banks vs. Storm would work for Forbidden Door. You're absolutely right about that.
Yep. Yeah. Absolutely, and it most likely they're going to try to get that to happen. And Forbidden Door, we're going to definitely have a nice once they actually get matches set up for it. Because I mean, we're 3.5 weeks away.
Texture is getting put into place.
As long as Kenny Omega can wrestle, he was unfortunately injured. He wasn't able to wrestle last year, and that he's like the main guy you would want for Forbidden Door. His New Japan versus
Ospreay.
There you go. That needs to happen again.
That match. I'm pretty sure. I almost thought someone died in that match.
So we do have on this here. We have Trey Miguel defeated Chris Sabin for the to retain the Impact Championship, X Division Championship. And Trey Miguel is pretty good. I've actually seen some of his work. And Chris Sabin, we all know Chris Sabin. You know Chris Sabin, don't you?
I love Chris Sabin. He's a great guy.
It's this guy.
It's the other guy.
It's the other guy. That's your boy.
The other guy that can suck it.
It's nice though. It's nice that Sabin is doing some good work helping them out. So
yes, he is. He does a really good job of carrying him.
We do have another chat here from Relic. I love
Bill.
I love the name from Go Bills. All I can think about is an Impact though with Relic. Yes. Yep. And then let's see. We do have we got Grizzly on again. We have not wanting to put her over. Stuff writes itself. And again, going back to was like Banks, Storm, all that kind of stuff. I mean, it makes sense. Like that, it absolutely writes itself that would happen. Especially now, if Toni Storm is champion, she's women's champion.
Oh, absolutely.
Now moving on to the next match, real quick, was that your favorite wrestler, Alex Shelley.
That guy's an ass.
Alex Shelley. he defeated Eddie Edwards, Frankie Kazarian, Jonathan Gresham, Moose, and Yuya Umura. That's it. I'm sticking to it.
I honestly did not know this was on this weekend.
Yeah. Sometimes they do their shows a lot of times on Fridays. And if I was kind of getting ready for the show and the barbecue we had, would have probably got it. But next show, if it's anywhere this close to being good, definitely going to get it.
I can't comment on this because I didn't see it.
Now, the fact that this being a 6-way match, everyone involved, you have a lot of
spot monkeys.
You got
a ton of spot monkeys.
And of course, it had to be your guy going for the world title.
Yes, exactly.
You think Alex Shelley's a world champion?
No.
Come on.
No, he's like 170 pounds.
Yeah. And then moving, they had Diana Peroza beating Jordan Grace, basically finalizing Jordan Grace's time in Impact Wrestling.
Yeah, they say it was her period of grace is over. Dude, thank you, folks. Not be here. Don't Jimmy.
Great. And then you have the main event, which was Steve Macklin defeated PCO. No disqualification match. So I don't have much to say about it.
Steve Macklin's a serviceable worker. I've never seen him put on good stuff. He can even get a good match out of that peckerhead that goes in there.
Oh, yeah, pretty much. So Under Siege, again, if you want to check out some of the clips, they usually put a lot of their clips online. And there's some good stuff on there. And then, we love all wrestling. We love and hate all wrestling because that's what we're wrestling fans.
We are wrestling fans. Even the people that wrestle are wrestling fans.
Right, there you go. So we do have I was about to say Forbidden Door, but we had AEW's Double or Nothing, and
which is their inaugural pay-per-view. It's AEW started with this pay-per-view, like on cable, like with doing pay-per-views. Not the
all-in show, because that was pre-AEW. Yep. So this, in a sense, because they have their big shows, they have the Revolution, they have Double or Nothing, they have All Out, and they have Full Gear.
Yeah, so, it says there are 4 pillars.
Yes. So we're gonna kind of shoot through this here and let you guys know some of these would definitely kind of gloss over because they deserve it. But that's it.
Yep.
So now, go ahead.
A lot of people that I know, like that haven't worked before and that watch wrestling, say that Orange Cassidy has a stupid gimmick. I think it's refreshing, and not because his name's Orange Cassidy. I wasn't trying to make a pun.
Actually, you know what? We always make puns on this show.
Okay,
so
I let it stand there. Well, anyway, but Orange Cassidy's gimmick is good in and of itself because it's new. I've never seen like a lazy wrestler gimmick before. And so he's very laid back, but then he gets worked up. The only thing that's halfway close to it was, you remember what, Angry Alan Funk, and he was Kiwi.
Yeah,
yeah. That's the only like noticeably comparison, but I'm not saying being an effeminate pool cleaner is the same thing as being.
No, I don't think so. But I will say I like Orange Cassidy. I do too. I actually like him.
But I don't think he needs to be the Mid-Atlantic champion though.
The international champion.
International champion.
Yeah, it used to be called All Atlantic, and then they realized that didn't make sense, so they changed it to the international championship.
Defending it in Japan, it doesn't even touch the Atlantic Ocean.
Yeah, so they basically they knew they messed up. So basically, it was a 21-man battle royal. You know, they announced everyone. No surprises. Everyone was already announced. It was it was fine. It was fine. And by the way, remember when we thought it was weird about Commander went out and did the move outside, and we were like, why is he not eliminated?
Right.
Because he first jumped up onto the ropes from the outside before getting in the ring the first time. So he technically hadn't entered the match yet. And that's why. Because we were very confused. He did an outside like plancha to the rope. And
did he just eliminate himself?
And we're like,
it's like, what was it? WrestleMania, not WrestleMania, Royal Rumble, like what, is it 96? Where I don't remember who it was, but he got up on the top rope and dove off in the attack. Was it Terry Funk?
Something. They're like, I'm eliminated.
Why?
Whoops.
Why would you do this?
So in the match, I mean, it's straightforward battle royal type move. There's nothing really special that stood out. The best friends had their kind of little hug moment there.
The feel good moment of the year.
Big Bill, he was like third to last or second. Yeah, there was third to last.
Yeah, remember, kiddies, in Big Bill, if you don't remember who he was Big Cass, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
And you can't teach that. So they were really pushing him in that match. But what was cool was they had a nice little feud thing because Keith Lee, Swerve had their little thing.
Yeah.
But then Swerve, Brian Cage, they kept him in there for a while. Then he got eliminated.
Goldberg 2.0. We talked about this.
We did.
Yeah.
And then, of course, at the end with Swerve and Orange, they had these nice little back and forth, hitting. But then when they eliminated him, he just kicked him barely on the hand, and then he fell off because he was already hanging off the rope. So it was nice to bring in that fun, silly gimmick.
Yeah,
but he really worked his butt off in the match.
That's like what got Kofi Kingston over a lot. Besides being a great worker, Kofi Kingston with doing fun stuff during the Royal Rumble.
Right.
Royal Rumbles need some element of. Battle Royals need some element of fun to them. I mean, they're fun too in their first place, but when you add it, it's like a little spice to it.
Yep. So as for, it's hard to give a ranking for this, but I just give it a 2 headlock.
I'll agree with you on that one because it's a battle royal. It's what it is,
There isn't much. Yeah, exactly. But now moving on to the next match, we do have, Adam Cole, baby.
Versus, so glad he's back.
Yeah.
And he doesn't look like he's like dying of famine.
Oh my gosh! Right when he first came back, and then we were like, "Oh God, is he okay?"
Yeah, I'm like, "Oh, why is he so skinny?" He's skinny in the first place,
right? So then you have Adam Cole versus the Ocho, Chris Jericho, and it was booked as an unsanctioned match, right? So I
enjoyed it for the most part.
It was okay, but again, you see Jericho's age a little bit. He's slogging through it a little bit now,
but it's not like he's running through mud, though.
No, it's not running through mud, but he, I guess my problem I had with this match was not the build up and not like the hatred and this, you had the back and forth hatred.
There was a good build up.
I didn't. Yeah, I wasn't mad about that. I was just mad about why randomly Sabu. Like, was he just available to have Sabu be the special enforcer? Like, really? Like, that was bizarre to me.
They're like, hey, we need a legend guy here that has nothing to do with this.
Well, because Bobby Fish is unavailable and O'Reilly's injured, so it's like Roderick Strong's here. I'm here, guys. Like, who are you? Oh, you're still here, buddy?
Yeah. Oh my God, Roderick Strong. You were released.
My problem is this, and I think I think Travis doesn't agree with me on this, but I do, is I hated the ending. I hated that it was like a UFC-esque fight stoppage because Adam Cole's punching him in the face, and then Aubrey calls it in an unsanctioned match. That's my problem.
It's unsanctioned, so I get it. I get why you didn't like it. I totally do. But it was refreshing because it was something different.
Yeah,
but then again, them farting on a snare drum, it's different.
So, but the build up with some of that now, if this is going to be pushed into a feud a little bit more, it should be. I mean, you already got it built in with Jericho Appreciation Society with anybody there.
Hopefully Bobby Fish didn't sign a long-term contract with Impact. So
I hope so. Not too. I would assume he didn't, but you never know.
I hope nobody signs.
That's that Anthem. That's that Anthem money right there.
Yeah, I hope nobody signs a long-term contract with Impact.
No, I don't think so.
No.
To me though, I'll give it 2.5 headlocks. I'm a 2.5 headlock kind of guy for that match.
I give it a 3.
Yeah,
because I like the ending more.
Yeah, and that's pretty much it, honestly.
Yep.
But,
we got on.
But so then
here we go.
So the next match
my favorite tag team.
We have FTR, the AEW Tag Team Champions versus, which I like to call Triple J, Double J, and J Lethal. Coming out, and again, Karen Jarrett coming out now. Jarrett, it's like, oh god,
still a smoke show.
All I can think about is this: whenever I see them come out, I'm like, what year is this? Because this is an Impact, TNA Impact back in the day.
I know.
Oh,
I didn't see Machismo.
Oh yeah,
Black Machismo.
Oh, I wanted the Black Machismo.
Yeah.
He should have came out with like in color coordinated Black Machismo.
He should have, but I mean, people would have been like, "Yay!" And then they don't want yay.
They don't want a yay. You gotta be booing me.
And then I saw Jarrett do everything that he used to do.
Oh my gosh, everything too, right?
Everything, and I wasn't mad at it.
No,
I'll give this match 3 headlocks.
Yeah,
I mean, I'll give it 3.5 because I like FTR.
Yep. I give it a 3 because again, it really told the story. It was a fun little match. Karen, oh god, when she fell, Karen just sucks.
She does.
I hate her in Impact.
Angle's like, hey babe, back in Impact, why don't you join wrestling with me? Knowing damn well it ruined his marriage.
I know, right?
Other things ruined his marriage too, but no offense. I love Kurt Angle. I love Kurt Angle, and I'm very sad. Kurt Angle. I'm just really sad that he had to go through all that shit.
Yeah, that's true, man.
Yeah.
But Karen just is so terrible. Like when she fell doing hitting with
the guitar, and the back end of it barely went in.
Barely hit. It's like
wow, you really knocked the crap out of her.
Jared's got like a whole supply of these. You hit them with it. It's hit hard, You act like this is a new thing.
And then the referee got up later from it. Like when referees take a shot or anything, they should.
Briscoe. Well, that was Briscoe.
No, I'm talking about she hit the other referee.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. Because Briscoe was knocked out. I got you.
If you're a wrestler, you can shake off a guitar attack. But if you're a referee, if somebody hits you with a brand muffin, you're going down. You're staying down. You stay down. You're not getting up.
Yep.
So
he was back up so quick.
She was back up so quick. But then again, like we said, she swung it like it was a wiffle ball bat. Like she's like, But the smartest thing that they can do is keep having FTR win matches and holding on to the tag titles.
Right. And we do have D-Town guy here and said served its purpose. And yeah, I'd say so for sure. I mean, I had this
he's very adamant because he put it there twice.
Yeah. Yes. Oh no! It's not. Oh no! It just disappears. There you go. Yeah, it shows up. So basically, I had the small idea that I thought Jarrett was going to win this match.
Oh, in fact, he bet the bank on it.
And I did. I went with my heart, and we'll find out that in a little bit too. How I went with my heart, and that failed. Lord. But yeah, so I give this match a 3. Would you say 3.5?
I give it 3.5.
Because again, FTR. Now this feud.
Best tag team working.
Oh yeah, they're great. And now I'm just curious what they're going to move towards because this feud's going to be done. I feel now. So I want to know what FTR is going to do next. I don't know. We'll see. I'm just curious. Oh yeah, maybe come back to the Acclaim. We'll see.
They deserve to shine too.
They do. Losing to the Guns just for the Guns to lose to them. Come on, that transitional champion thing. No.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
That means Acclaim deserves the title match for sure. So, but what's going to happen though is now a Forbidden Door. They're gonna try to get some team from New Japan to fight them for the belts or something. I don't know who.
And that's Nick's theory of the week.
There you go. That's all a bunch of theories, So we'll see. But moving forward, we do have the TNT title match with Wardlow versus Christian Cage, and for no reason
ladder match. Now we were talking about gimmick matches just popping up earlier. We just oh yeah, we're just gonna have a gimmick match. There's no build up to it. This is what I was referencing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is absolutely it. And
there was no build-up. It's just we're going to have a ladder match because Christian did ladder matches before.
Yep. No, that's exactly what it was. We went to the show. We went to the AEW Dynamite show where basically they had this promo that was set up, and they brought a ladder just for him to do the "I'm prettier" to him. And it's like, guess what? Ladder match. Okay, why? Why is it a ladder match? And Wardlow has been in a ladder match before. He was in the ladder match for the Face of the Revolution match. They did that.
He was.
Okay, but other than that, this match could have happened completely without the ladders involved.
No, it could have. It would have been. It worked out the exact same way, except with the exception of Wardlow breaking a ladder.
Oh my gosh! Oh yeah, when he tried jumping,
I thought he twisted his knee.
Yeah, so he tried jumping from the turnbuckle onto the aluminum, the lightweight aluminum ladder, destroys part of it. And then, we thought his knee was all bent up. And oh, gosh.
My biggest complaint on Wardlow, and I like the guy, okay? He's a big, strong guy. He obviously knows pacing. He knows how to work. You're not a freaking cruiserweight, dude.
No.
Don't do a senton bomb. Don't be Spider-Man jumping out of there. Okay, you're not Spider-Man. You're more the Hulk than Spider-Man.
You're definitely the Hulk.
You're a big dude. Be a big dude in wrestling. That's my biggest gripes with big pro wrestlers.
Brian Cage. It's the same.
Brian
same
Cage,
way a little
Luchasaurus.
Bit.
Yep. What's it? The Murder Hawk. You know what I'm talking about.
Lance Archer. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's cool, dude. You can do the rope thing. Undertaker did. He jumped off and boom. Okay, that's cool. You don't need to do a moonsault on me. But no, that's my biggest complaint with. And he put on a good match, and he did. But if you're gonna do the senton bomb, I like what you did in this match. You missed it, and you landed on the ladder.
Yep.
Maybe that'll teach you not to do senton bombs.
Yep. I had said, in my opinion, what would have made this match actually make more sense is if Christian had said, since he's got Luchasaurus, and this was a 2-on-1 match, to where if Luchasaurus won, Christian would still win. It would be kind of like the handicap match, hey, we're both going to take you on if you're so good. Team. And then, but if Wardlow's winning the exact same way, would make his stock go up, because Wardlow had this problem where he was pushed so hard. Then he had this great feud with MJF,
and then they just kind of hey, we're not doing this anymore. Well, they're we're not doing this anymore.
No, so then the fans kind of turned on him and weren't cheering him anymore.
Start calling him Goldberg.
Yep, they were doing that.
Fans out there, he is not Goldberg. Christian Cage is Goldberg. Okay?
So the match itself, like I said, it didn't need to be a ladder match. It kind of just happened, and now Wardlow won. So it's okay, can this feud be over with now? And I hope it is.
I do too. I mean, I really hope
Christian's already been buried twice, one legitimately.
Yes.
And now he's buried again. Yeah, so there you go. Buried twice.
Buried.
He's buried more than Triple H did. So
say what you will about Triple H. He's lost it. Almost every WrestleMania he's wrestled at.
That is accurate. That is very
one or two he didn't.
That is accurate. Brock Lesnar didn't, and Jericho beat Jericho, Brock Lesnar.
Yes, this is a fact.
But you're right. Pretty much every other time he was the loser.
But he won all the others.
So anyway, so to me, if I had to rank Wardlow.
I'll give it 2.5. I mean,
yeah,
I'm
going to say actually a 2. I'm going to say a 2 on it because a 2 headlock. It's just it didn't need to be a ladder match, and the Arn Anderson thing was dumb too because
okay. I'm glad you brought that up because it almost slipped my mind. He bit Luchasaurus's finger, right?
Yep.
Supposedly off.
Yep.
Are they going to pull some crap where they're like, "Oh, he's a reptile, so it's back"?
Please, you know what? I hope
if they do, I'm going to automatically give this match a 3 because I'd be like, "Well, at least showing continuity." Apparently, he's the lizard from Spider-Man.
He's the lizard.
Oh. Yeah.
The Arn Anderson not doing a spine buster on someone is the tragedy there too.
Well, the way he was walking, I knew he wasn't.
His back's like I can't do it. I'm just
like, you better really jump for this.
Well, yeah, it's basically you jumping and me falling on you. So
yeah,
oh gosh, but yeah, right. If they do the storyline,
yes,
I will let you know if he shows up on Dynamite tomorrow.
Oh, I'm gonna watch Dynamite tomorrow.
And he does that, we have to be like.
I will purposely show up on the show next week and be like, ha ha! I'll just
the lizard.
The lizard is arrived.
So we're moving forward to our next match, which is kind of this match. I just feel bad for.
I saw this coming a mile away.
Well, a lot of people kind of did. So you had Toni Storm defeating Jamie Hayter for the women's title. Now there was already kind of rumors reporting that Jamie Hayter was injured, had an injury going into this show. So
here shows you how awesome Jamie Hayter is because she went in there hurt.
Well, here's my thing too. That's great, but it's also good that they finally did not do the same horse shit they did with Thunder Rosa when she got injured, and then she just hijacked the belt for months. And then they made interim women's champion, which was Toni Storm at that point. But then when Thunder Rosa, they finally realized, well, she's not coming back pro because she's really hurt. That was we talked about that in the months past. That I was very annoyed.
How'd she get hurt again?
I can't remember honestly off the top of my head.
Pretty sure it's her fault.
But you know what? Who knows? I don't know.
I don't know. I'm not saying I'm glad she got hurt.
Yeah.
Let's call something what it is. Sometimes people get hurt because they did something themselves.
Yeah. But the match, again, squash type match, 3 minutes long. Toni Storm wins. And
of course, and you had to have tons of interference in this match. But you knew that was coming because she's part of that heel group.
Yeah,
I don't remember
the Outcasts.
The Outcasts.
Yeah, the NWO and DX together.
Yeah, they kind of mashed it together
because we're green like DX, but we're like leathers and we're like outlaws. Not outsiders. Outcasts.
Joan Jett and the Outcasts.
Oh God,
yeah, that's what I call them.
So this match does not. To me, I have to just I can't give this a Shockmaster because Shockmaster insinuates it's bad. It's just. The circumstances are annoying. So it's just a one headlock booty cheek, and that's just because the circumstances of Jamie Hayter not being able to wrestle in a full match.
Yeah, Toni Storm's a good worker.
She's a great worker.
So, and pairing her with 2 former WWE women that are really good.
Yep. So let's hope to see.
They should run roughshod on over the entire division, and if they do that, this makes more sense.
Exactly. So that not much else to say about it, but. It is what it is.
Okay.
So we do have the next match, which was just thrown on the card that within a day earlier than that. And
okay, this automatically deducts 1 headlock for me because they throw this stuff together.
Yep.
But it came back because he was involved in it.
Yep. So you basically have the House of Black versus
TBA. It
was to be announced.
And I had an idea who it was going to be.
Yeah,
I called it.
And a House of what was the House of Black rules match or whatnot? Oh, open house rules match. Sorry.
Yeah, Ravens rules.
Ravens rules. Yeah, and
basically
then
Ravens rules.
So of course we're sitting here, and then you hear the acclaimed music.
Oh yeah.
And so what was?
They arrived,
and of course they come out with another great rap. Oh my God, when he called out Buddy Matthews.
For being cut instead of Dominic.
Yeah! That was, we lost it. The crowd lost their mind. And then during the match, they were chanting, "We want mommy." They were chanting, "We want mommy." And, at that point, if I'm Buddy, I would be like, "I got mommy, bitch." Or something, I would be like, but yeah, those guys, they're great. And the match itself was very fun, entertaining.
They got to be careful with the Acclaimed because their popularity, they're showing up on the radar of WWE. They're going to be like, "We want them."
Yeah.
Throw money at them.
I know, right? Oh, it's great.
Yeah.
And so what I liked about this match too is the fact that it was for the trios title. House of Black I do like them, and and I like the Acclaimed, but they did this the best way where the Acclaimed did not look bad because Billy Gunn, as the veteran, took the L for him.
That was the best. That was the best ending to that. The best part of the match was that ending that they did.
Yeah,
because you know how I feel about the trios title.
Yeah.
I am not a fan of the trios title. I mean, I'm not. I think 6-man tag matches are cool when they help set up tag matches for the championship, for the tag team championship, or if you have problems with groups. But having the 6-man tag match, but that's just me.
Yeah.
That's just me.
Oh, no, I gotcha. And they also gave them 15 and a half minutes to work on this match.
Yeah, they did. And you know what? The Acclaimed and including Mr. Billy Gunn is outworking all kinds of people in there.
I know. It's crazy how
I want him to get a TNT title run, honestly, because he's awesome and he always does a great job. He always builds people up, man. You look at his entire career.
I think I would love that too, because what they could do is for the TNT title, every champion's typically had a custom belt or a custom strap. If you go back and look when Miro had it. You remember Miro. He actually still works there.
Yeah. He showed up that one time on Dynamite. He walked into the office and I didn't see anything happen after that.
He went to a portal and he's gone.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
He went to the Beyond section of Bed Bath & Beyond, which is gone now. It's only the Beyond section.
Actually, the Beyond section ended up on a Twitch stream.
But yeah, the match, it was good. It was a good match, and I have to definitely give it a 4-star on that.
And it's also them being trios champions. It just seems like they're placeholders. They're kind of like, hey, we got you as trios champions. Don't go anywhere else.
Yep.
That's just how I view it. I mean, they're not terrifying people anymore. They're just there. Yeah. Do something, man.
Yep. That's true. I wouldn't mess with Brody King though. That guy, I feel he'd hurt you pretty bad.
He's a bad dude. All of them are bad dudes.
So then you have the next match with
Jade Cargill, Dr. Love's favorite wrestler. Cargill.
Yeah. So basically, you have Jade Cargill versus my girl Taya Valkyrie.
How'd that work out for you?
Yeah, it didn't work out because these guys, they just don't know how to book anybody. They don't. Here's my problem. So, with this match, you had Taya facing her, beat her, was beating her up good, used her move on her, and then Jade barely kicked out. Remember that? She did her move and she just the elbow was I don't think the elbow got off the ground barely.
I don't think she did kick out. I think they actually counted it. They're like, no, you're not. This isn't how we're supposed to end.
Yeah, so all that happened, and then immediately goes into, okay, now I'm gonna beat you, and it's over. And then Jade, I can beat anybody, yada yada yada. And then of course everyone's the returning Chris Statlander. And I get a match right now. If you were just wanting to have Chris Statlander have a match, then don't bury Taya. Why? What was the point of burying her? What was the point of signing her just to bury her? Now, I would leave.
That was terrible booking, and that's why they get one headlock.
Yeah, it annoys me. So just everything together with that, I have to say, it's a one headlock.
I won't get to a Shockmaster because Ty did a good job.
Yeah, I'll give exactly. I can't give it a Shockmaster because of Taya and how much I love her, and she did, and she made that work good. Yeah, but still, very annoyed. To see now Chris Statlander. I know I liked her too. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just happy anybody was the new TBS champion at this point. But
because that's your favorite wrestler.
Yeah, yeah, so going forward, let's see what happens with her. I don't know.
Okay, well, next up
we do have the non-main event. So
automatically one headlock deduction for me by putting this beforehand. But again, I know why they did it this way.
Did you see this in the scrum? What MJF said about it when they asked him? So
that's why I like MJF.
So and during the little scrum that they had, they asked him flat out, "Hey, are you mad that you weren't put on the main event?" And he said, "F no, I don't want to be rolling around in Moxley's blood." And I go, yeah, that makes sense, because if you're in anarchy in the ring, you're going to destroy the ring, or if you do anything like that. But still, when he said that, it made me laugh so much.
It may have, because he made light of it. And I love the man because he keeps kayfabe alive.
He does. He really does. But as for this match, it was really good. You're talking about, here's the thing, though.
Except for the 4 submissions at the same time.
Oh yeah, that was cheesy.
I hate that.
These guys did work really well together with the choreography, with all the moves. But yeah, when they did the 4 submissions at one point, you're really trying too hard now.
Including the ending. Whoever came up with the finish to that match, I give you an applause. I would if I knew you were, I'd get a ribbon and I'd post it right on your.
What's that nice deep cut, especially with Darby Allin and his feud he had before with him.
Yeah,
and using that same that finisher. I'm going to say.
So first off, the coffin drop. That move, I'm surprised he never hurts himself doing.
Me
or
too.
Hurting people. That
I give him credit for that, because that is it's a dangerous move.
Well, absolutely. I mean, I understand why he doesn't hurt people, because he's 130 pounds. I mean, it's
soaking wet. Too.
Yeah, it's like one of those wrestling buddies back from the 80s that are soaking wet, falling on top of you off of a bookshelf.
Oh my god.
But the finish, if you hadn't seen it, who was laying down? Was it who did he coffin?
Sammy, yeah.
Sammy was laying down. MJF put the AEW title, and having felt the replica belt, I understand how heavy that thing is. And Darby did a coffin drop on top of it, effectively knocking himself out. I thought that was brilliant. Showed MJF being an opportunist. He got his ass handed to him most of the match.
Oh yeah, that was great too, because like seeing them all work, because he would go out there, then
shoot his mouth off,
and then they'd run away, and then they'd go after him. Like, it was perfect storytelling with everybody involved. And I'm not a fan really of Jack Perry, especially with the new news coming out with him just mouthing off about professional wrestling in general. I don't know if you saw this. He basically mouthed off saying that who don't need wrestling, like ripping on professional wrestling in general. I'm like,
well, aren't you a pro wrestler?
Then get out of here. Yeah, that was the irony behind it. And I'm sorry, look at how small you are. You're not a world champion.
Who knows? He might be using this to. Think about this. Jungle Boy over as a face.
Jack Perry, though.
Jack Perry might turn heel, and he might be using that.
He could be, but
never take what they say. Never take everything they say with a grain of salt, because they know how to work media outlets.
That's true.
And I'll tell you right now, Jack Perry's wrestling has improved more and more each time he's wrestled. I mean, given he has the charisma of a rock right now, but he is getting better. I mean, they're all getting better. This is their opportunity to get better.
Yeah. Yeah, I got you.
I mean, MJF is great, but they need to don't burn him out. Don't burn him out. If you want him to be a pillar of your company, get the belt off of him, put him in meaningful feuds, make him a legit threat. Like, I don't know. Again, I'm going to reference old school stuff, like they did with Flair and the NWA. I mean, not going to be champion all the time.
Yep, I hear you on that. So. I mean, this match had some great moves in it the whole time. You had a reverse superplex that happened at one point.
That was awesome.
Oh yeah, it was just insane. Some of the moves that these guys were pulling off, or what else was there? The frog splash, Sammy Guevara. I thought was highlighted the most in that match.
Sammy Guevara got over the most in that match. Him and MJF.
Yeah.
Also, he kind of started off with him announcing they're having a baby.
Yep,
and that played its way into the match.
Yep. That was great.
And he, MJF, again, that was another thing that I like that he did. He offered, hey, I'll pay you money, lay down for me, because I'm going to lose. He thought he was going to lose.
Yep.
And I just thought it was great. Oh, yeah, I forgot. And also, after he hit the coffin drop for the ending, he did a headlock takeover. On Darby, because Darby said he was going to beat him like that.
So again, that's your storytelling, your long-term storytelling, anyways, too.
Yeah,
I just love it.
So I'm going to give it a 3.5. I mean, I'm only not deducting a full headlock, just a half one, because it wasn't at the end.
Yeah. I'm going to actually give the match. I'm going to give it a 4. I'm going to give it a 4 headlock right there, because again, it's just they had some good moments in the match. Everyone wanted this Pillars match to happen. It's happened now, so now you can push forward whether Sammy Guevara might get a chance for a solo shot at him, or they now have ideas to build up for MJF now. Personally, I think it should be MJF, Guevara. They might be going a different direction now, because before we go into the main event real quick, obviously we talked about it before. For some bizarre reason, AEW has another show on July 17th, Saturday, July 17th, Collision. And of course, they announced that it is in the United Center in Chicago. So, Travis, who do you think is going to come back at the show for the first episode of Collision?
Perry Saturn.
Oh my God! I almost wish that happened.
Perry Saturn. No, we all know who it's going to be.
Yeah. So, Mr. Phil Brooks, as we like to call him,
aka CM.
Yeah. So that's going to be a whole nother topic for, probably next week when we talk.
Hopefully,
when it gets closer to that time for the first Collision.
Yeah, hopefully, there's no fights. Nobody gets a bit on the arm and nobody gets their hair pulled and nobody gets knocked out.
You mean like brawl outs,
Brawl out.
Hey, whatever. Right there. If I was
patent pending.
If I was TK, I would have already patent pended that, sold it, merged it, done. But, it is what it is.
Yep. Now we're going to talk about the main event.
The main event, which it's
a hardcore match.
Yep, so you have your Anarchy in the Arena match. You have the.
I wasn't a fan when they did it against. It was what
Jericho and
Jericho, the Inner Circle. Matt Hardy kept on getting transformed every time he got pushed under the water.
Now that
was funny.
That was kind of funny, but yeah, I get what you're saying. But
I wonder if this was filmed beforehand.
I know, right? I didn't know. So this match, you have like the newly formed Elite with Hangman Page, because I don't got nothing to do because people don't like me anymore.
People don't like me, I won't go heel.
Nope. So I got to go back with the Elite, which. I like Kenny Omega. The Young Bucks are there. They don't need anything anymore.
The Elite, I'm just kind of over. I'm over all of them.
But now you have the Blackpool Combat Club, which is ridiculous without William Regal still.
Yeah, to me, he's Blackpool.
Because at this point, Bryan Danielson is basically acting like the leader in a sense of them now. Kind of.
I don't know. No, I would say Moxley kind of is.
You're right. Yeah, Moxley. I'd say It's to me, it's odd, I guess.
My favorite thing about this match was they let you to get the pinfall.
They did let you get the pinfall in this match, and again, there isn't much else to say about it since it is a hardcore, go everywhere type match. There's thumbtacks involved and all that stuff. Hey, but what about the most ridiculous thing? And you already know what it was.
Oh God,
the Young Buck when he
fireworks in his shoe.
Fireworks in the shoe, and I remember we all looked at each other. I'm like,
the fuck
done. I'm like,
done.
I know. They want to be like an anime character.
You've been playing Dragon Ball Z Budokai so much.
They want to be a live action anime like so bad, and like when I saw the fireworks come off, I go, okay, what the hell just happened?
I saw the sparks. I was like, man, this is almost as bad as that death match where the fireworks didn't go off.
Oh, that was even. Oh, yeah. What was worse, honestly, if you think about it?
I don't know, but Kenny Omega's been involved in both of them.
Oh,
so have the Young Bucks.
Oh man,
Adam Page, not so much.
No. So again, the match ending with what's his name, Kaneshita, basically Takeda
showing up.
He showed up and he's turned heel.
I like that. That was good too.
Yeah,
and they're kind of like Don Callis. No matter what goes on, you're always going to be a bad guy.
Yep.
That gets old too.
It does. So you're right though. I did like the fact that Wheeler got the.
I love Yuta
got
Wheeler.
that.
Yuta Wheeler is a really bright spot in that company, and like he is getting so much information dropped on him by the guys he's around. Man, it's your traveling buddies that make you a better wrestler.
Yeah, and so I get MJF why he didn't want to be rolling around in Moxley or anybody else's blood after this match.
30 seconds in.
And I did find something funny looking at the time of this match. This match was 27 minutes, and the Fatal 4-Way was 27 minutes and 50 seconds. So I wonder, I want to know if MJF was said, I have to be the longest match of this show. I don't care if it's
that's fine. That's okay. I agree with this.
You know what's funny about that is if you actually go back and look at other shows, any show that had Jericho on it, Jericho almost always had the longest match, and it didn't matter if he wasn't even in any title picture. Wow. So it was almost like, okay, is that something in your contract you gotta have or something?
Well, the man knows how to reinvent himself.
He does. Oh yeah, we're gonna have a Jericho night. Where we're
Jericho Appreciation Night.
We are, and basically,
Jam.
Yeah, you got jam. Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Jan,
you got jam. Did you say Jan or jam?
Jam.
Oh man! But so for a show, what would you rate it as a show overall?
I'll give it a 3. I give it a 3.
Yep.
I enjoyed it. You know, there's only one stinker. I mean, well, there's 2 stinkers on there.
Yeah.
But like overall, it was okay. I mean, I was glad to see an actual show, an AEW show, where there weren't 100 run-ins.
God, the run-ins are so annoying.
And I only saw one schoolboy roll up.
Yep.
I didn't see any other schoolboy roll up.
And that worked good. It was the MJF one.
Yes,
when Guevara did it.
Yes.
And that worked for that purpose. It worked.
Exactly. That's why I'm saying it.
Oh gosh, that's great. Oh, you know what we didn't see either? I'm pretty sure we didn't see it. We didn't see any Canadian destroyers.
No, we did.
Oh, we did?
Yes, we did.
Oh, we thought
it was
who did
was
it
off the top rope or something like that?
Oh wait, there was one, I thought, but
There was.
Yeah, unlike the last show where there was like 7.
Yeah, the Canadian Destroyer is not the new DDT.
I know, right?
I remember when Jake Roberts, like when I was itty bitty watching wrestling, Jake Roberts would the DDT was the most devastating move ever, and it looked so cool. And then everybody started doing it.
Everyone did it. Everybody did any variation of it.
Variation,
you know.
And then like I know PD. I've worked on shows with PD. PD started doing the Canadian Destroyer. I know the guy. I knew the guy who it was named after. I mean, I met him briefly, and just everybody using it. I'm like, man, why? Why? Just if you're not on the show with him, I get it. But why does everybody got to use the same move on the same show?
Right.
I mean, it's not a clothesline, dude. It literally looks like you kill somebody every time you do it.
Yeah, exactly. But as for me, for when it comes to the whole show, I'll say I'll give it 3.5 headlocks for the whole show because
3.
Yep, yeah, it's 3.5. To me, it just makes sense because the 4-star match with, to me, I believe, with MJF and everything else. But yeah, the couple stinkers pissed me off, not gonna lie. But the House of Black acclaimed match, that was really good.
Yes.
So yeah, 3.5. It was pretty good, but they got to get better. And now the problem is that you have this show, this Forbidden Door, that you were so adamant about doing. Is on the 25th of June. It's literally June 1st. What, like Thursday?
Yes.
So you got 3.5 weeks to basically
build the show up.
Yeah, build a show up of like the forbidden matches that never going to happen again. And it's like, cool. You should have already been talking about these before this. Like, you could have already had, like, if you wanted to have like Kenny Omega versus Ospreay again, and which it should, because they had their great match, at New Japan or whatever. Yeah, that should have already been booked, and that should have been already started to advertise, regardless of you.
And Kenny should defend that title that he won at Wrestle Kingdom.
Yep.
On that show.
Yeah, the U.S. title, the New Japan U.S. title. Yep.
In the United States. Why not?
That's what I'm talking about. So they should have already started working on this, and hopefully cross fingers there's wheels turning, because look, AEW is doing that show, and then they're doing in August the All-In Wembley show, the one that they think they're going to sell like 70,000 tickets. They keep saying that we've sold these things. Like, oh, you mean the tickets are not available? That's not the same thing.
Yeah, you can't buy one. Why? Because they're not available.
They're not available. You know who else said that too? One of the people, the guy from the Fire Festival.
Oh, really?
He's like, not available tickets, but yet he was the biggest fraud ever when it came to that.
Absolutely.
So, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Hopefully, Forbidden Door will have some matches up. That'll be interesting. And I'll definitely be getting that because I like the idea behind it, as long as they execute it.
Absolutely.
Well.
And he will have the most cutting edge, up to date results for you guys as well. Hopefully, I can be involved in that too.
But so one thing we always do is to close out the week, we always do a thing called the Heat of the Week. And then by our heat, again, is something, a good thing. So it's something that we would say that a wrestler, a promo, or anything, a match that you thought was like, that was the best of that week. So, yeah. Mm-hmm. So in a sense, it's a good thing, but it kind of whatever you think. And,
Okay, what was yours?
So to me, I bounced around a lot with it, but I have to say, I'd have to say MJF just winning, storyline wise winning going into this match, and then just everything about it. I thought it was, I thought that would be. He's just so good. He's so good on his promos. you want to hate him so bad. And then,
oh yeah, he does a great job.
So I'd
he's
have
an
to
old
say
school
him.
heel working in today's society.
Yep.
So mine is FTR, Jeff Jarrett, and Jay Lethal because I mean that is what you call a tag match. Yep, and like, yeah, it's kind of satisfying watching Nick be wrong for once.
Come on. I know. Hey, you know what? I took a chance. Sometimes I take a chance, and that's okay. I'll get him back at Forbidden Door or at Money in the Bank. You know, up there I got my Money in the Bank case.
It also tied up the very nice send off to one of the Briscoe brothers.
Yes,
and the other Briscoe brothers showed up, and that was really good. You know,
yeah,
and it wasn't crap where, oh my God, Briscoe turned on FTR.
Oh, I know, right?
I'm glad they didn't do that. It was refreshing that they didn't do a swerve like that. That would have been a swerve because we saw it coming. The swerve was him not doing it.
I know, pretty much. I'd have to agree with that.
Doesn't heat of the week though. FTR.
I like it, man. I like it. But so real quick, just a couple little things I just saw in the wrestling news. It looks like Alexa Bliss won't be coming back anytime soon because she announced that she is pregnant.
Again.
Yes,
to the luckiest man in the world.
I know, right? Yeah, Ryan Cabrera is a singer. Ryan is her husband, and yeah, that lucky son of a bitch.
I hate you, Ryan. I hate you so much.
So she won't be back, and then yesterday on Monday Night Raw, they had a fatal 4-way for the women's tag team titles, and Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler are now new women's tag team champions. Basically, this match was supposed to end up happening at WrestleMania. That was why but everything when Ronda got hurt, everything kind of got shifted back. Now Liv Morgan's injured, Dakota Kai's injured. They got injured in the same match. Yeah. So they're injured.
But they care more.
But at this point, they're pushing Shotzi Blackheart more, which I always like. Some people don't like her. But it's about Raquel Rodriguez. Turn her heel, then you got money.
Yeah,
and a smiling face does not work.
Nope. You're big and strong.
Right.
You're a monster.
Exactly. So then they had qualifying matches have started for Money in the Bank. Ricochet is qualified.
Of course, it's a ladder match, man.
Now here's the thing, though. Apparently, that during the promos, they were setting up a thing for Gunther. Gunther was set up during the Battle Royal. It was what was the battle? It was the Battle Royal. I think it was before WrestleMania, I believe, or something.
Andre Giant one.
Yes, that's exactly what it was. Gunther had came out and interfered with Matt Riddle and had him lose. It was kind of
Riddle's going to win the title.
So Riddle basically they were setting up this feud. Now they're setting it up yesterday on Raw. What Gunther said though, he said, "Hey, Matt Riddle, you try to win the Money in the Bank to try to cash in on me." And remember, the precedent's now set that you can any title, but I think it still has to be the world title. Why
would you? I mean, I know you can win the biggest belt.
Well, the whole thing with Austin Theory was because it was the cancerous tumor of the McMahon era. They had to get it off of him, knowing their booking. So I did like that though because it makes Gunther look even more badass. The fact that you're going for my title. But Ricochet is qualified and Shinsuke Nakamura qualified.
I want Shinsuke to win that.
I know that'd be nice, right?
Yeah, as long as Cody's not in it, I'm gonna hope that Shinsuke wins it.
And if Cody has that rubber match at Money in the Bank, I can't.
Or they might add the two of them to it.
Oh God, there you go. They might.
That's the thought.
Hey, also how many you're gonna have? Typically, it's at least 5. Usually it's 6 people. They've had as high as I think 7 or 8 people when it was at WrestleMania all those years ago.
Yeah.
But who knows? All I know,
it's in the air.
But unless you got anything else, Travis,
no, I don't. I'm just happy to be here.
Let's give Travis a round of applause. I think
I'll have a better nickname next time.
No, I appreciate it so much. Like I said, Sauce. I believe he's safely back here in Michigan, and I'm happy about that. And he had a great time on his little vacation. So gotta get him caught up on wrestling now. So I was like, let's go. But as always, thank you guys for always the chats and everything. The yeah. We love it. And we're gonna, like I said, it's just guys, us talking about wrestling here. Some Michigan boys talking about wrestling, and that's all it's all about. But with all that being said, I'm Dr. Love, and we got special guest Travis in the house,
aka the placeholder.
The more vacant,
Vacancy.
The winningest champion of all time.
The most winningest champion of all time. Vacancy. Two sweetest words in the English language. Default. 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 You guys have a great night.
All right. See ya. We'll catch you next week, guys.